Hello and welcome back to the Chronicles of a Gooner, the Arsenal podcast, brought to you by the Last Man Standing with loserpool.com. As ever, I'm your host, Symeou. Just a quick video today on the Nacho Monreal situation. Lots and lots of rumours, lots and lots of reports that Nacho Monreal will be sold and that he's set to join Real Sociedad any time now and could be in line to play in their game on Friday night. I put out a tweet yesterday saying that I'm totally against the sale of Nacho Monreal. That remains the case. My mind hasn't been changed. But a lot of you were asking why. Lots of you pointing to the fact that Nacho Monreal is probably a little bit over the hill, looking at his age, talking about the fact that when Tierney returns we'll have 3 left backs and that's too many. So I thought I'd put out a quick video to explain why I feel that way and why I think that selling Nacho Monreal isn't the right move at this moment in time. I think that's the key. It's about this moment in time, and you can talk about Kieran Tierney, but the reality is that Kieran Tierney is probably a month away from even training. So he could be a month and a half, 2 months away from getting up to speed. So you should put him to one side for the minute, park that, because Kieran Tierney cannot feature for Arsenal at this moment in time. He's not an option as we're putting out this video today. So put that to one side. Sead Kolasinac for me has proven that in a back four he's not a very capable defender. Yes, he's great when he bombs forward, and he's probably more dangerous in the attacking third and more competent in that position than he is across the back line. So if you're going to play a back four, which it seems that Unai Emery prefers to this season, he said that himself, then Sead Kolasinac is not really a good option either, in my opinion, and that's just the way I feel about it. I don't think that Monreal is somebody that we should be looking at beyond this season. Nacho Monreal is there now because we need him to fill a gap, and that's the reality. You know, if you take Nacho Monreal out of the team, then you end up playing with 2 unnatural fullbacks, in my opinion. We know that on the right hand side we've got a problem. Lots of people always defend Ainsley Maitland-Niles. I defend him too because I know that it's not his position, and I realise that. But he's not a natural right back. I think against better teams that gets found out, and I think that having Kolasinac on the other side at the same time will be absolute suicide. And then what happens if Kolasinac gets injured? Then you're without a fullback of any sort on both sides, and it just doesn't make sense for me. What are we going to get for Nacho Monreal in terms of a transfer fee? 3, 5, 6 million pounds? What are we going to save in wages? 90 grand, 100 grand a week, if that? Doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't feel like the reward of letting him go now is worth it, and that, you know, it's worth leaving ourselves so short. And, you know, people talk about it being early on in the season, but you don't want to fall behind. You know, we suffered disappointing defeat at Anfield, and a defeat that most of us probably expected, in fairness. But thanks to other results, we've ended the weekend in 3rd place, and that's a positive. We're still, you know, up there or thereabouts, and it's important not to lose ground early on in the season, in my opinion. And I just think that selling Nacho Monreal would weaken our squad, because we simply cannot bring anybody else in. That's just the way it works. The Premier League clubs voted for the transfer window to shut early this year. I think that's going to be reviewed. That's my understanding, because a lot of managers are unhappy with that, which seems strange because they're the ones that voted for it in the first place. But yeah, to me it just doesn't make sense to sell a player for not very much money in a position that you might say we've got 3 left backs, but one of them's not fit and one of them's shown that he's pretty much incapable of doing what that role entails, or one half of what that role entails anyway. So that's just my thoughts. It's not that I want to keep Nacho Monreal forever and ever and ever. I totally realise that Nacho Monreal is coming to the end of his Arsenal career, but the timing isn't right. And yeah, so it's about not selling now rather than not ever selling at all. And people will say, oh, we'll get some money for him. If we don't do it now, we won't get any money for him. Is that amount of money that we're going to get for a player like Nacho Monreal at his age significant enough to leave ourselves short in that position? it's certainly not something I want to see happen in the next few days. But judging by the reports and what we've been reading, it looks like that is going to be the case. Let me know what your thoughts are on the Nacho Monreal situation in the comments section below. Don't forget to hit subscribe, hit the little bell icon too, and yeah, leave us a comment, of course. And we'll be back very soon with another quick video back in the UK on Thursday night. So don't forget, we're bringing you a Spurs preview during the day on Friday. It will be a live stream and it will be available in podcast format. While I've been out here, we've not been putting out anything in podcast format, just purely because I don't have the equipment with me, and I'm on holiday. I want to do as little editing as physically possible. So yeah, but we'll be back Friday. Stay tuned for that. Like I said, subscribe, like, share. You know the drill by now. And let me know what you think. Cheers.